Welcome back to Did You Good? We have a surprise guest. Welcome back.
Surprise guest. Welcome back to an old guest.
This is Did You Good? A podcast where two millennial fans talk about stuff. I'm Luke, that's Shannon,
Hi.
and whoa, what's that in the distance?
Crispy.
It's Crispy, my kitty cat that likes to say hello, but also Jordan, fellow podcaster, has done a hostile takeover and is known for many other caffeine out of mind things, such as
Brilliant
Cascade
Fine
and
as well.
GNS Radio.
Yeah, right now we just got the bro or the you fine.
Yeah.
Not both.
Yeah. What are you? Because
What am I? Virgo.
It's good to know. But the reason we're recording as a trifecta, but we have all sat down and off the back of me trying to remember the film Van Helsing from 2004, we have all decided to
earlier
watch
episode, because wasn't that how we got onto the
See
topic?
earlier episode.
Yeah. No,
And the-
listen to earlier
Listen
episode.
to earlier
I
episode.
mean, you can see it if you want to. You could do
Yeah.
the whole thing where
See
you get like the
sounds.
waveform.
Ah,
Yeah, true.
Like the old school.
If you
Yeah.
close your eyes when you're
We're
listening
talking early
to
2000s.
things,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. We
I
are
f-
technically talking.
I feel like you see things in your mind when you listen to things.
Yes.
Crispy's just like hand on Jordan's shoulder, like, hello,
She
hello.
laid a precious queenly paw upon my person
You are
before
blessed.
she ran away in fear.
So yeah, we just watched a 2004 Van Helsing film, and we have things to say about it.
Oh, do we?
So many things to say. So many things. For one, I love how they were instantly like, right, okay, Italian accent, Vatican man, let's make his voice ridiculous. Let's make him so Italian. What was it he said?
So many things.
So many things. Yeah, there is this Vatican
Together.
priest that I would say together. That it is, I would say, doing a very poor Italian
Very,
accent.
Yeah.
Possibly someone. I think he got the casting cue and he was like Dracula, Transylvania. And he already had in his head Transylvanian accent.
Oh.
And then he was told that he was
Imagine-
playing a Vatican priest and he was like,
Imagine he thought, oh, I got the lead. I
Yeah.
am Dracula. And then it's like, well, actually, no, you're going to play this tiny little part of this Vatican guy with the Vatican people. And it's like,
I want to hear your confession.
yes, I need to hear your
but
confession.
you know what? He really showed up for that role.
Oh, he ate that role.
He
Yeah.
did make it.
He did make
For
that.
the 5 minutes he was there.
Yeah.
And then it was all downhill from there, really.
It is a bit inconsistent in the time period technology, we will say. They have a quick firing crossbow.
Well, it's like full automatic kind of at one stage, isn't it?
Yeah, full automatic crossbow.
They had a Gatling
They
gun,
had a
didn't they?
Gatling gun.
There was a
yeah.
Gatling gun, yeah.
Spinning blades.
There was a sun bomb.
There was a sun bomb.
A sun bomb.
But
It
there
took
was-
out every vampire in that whole, building.
But at the same time, there was a flintlock pistol and people were using pitchforks.
And revolvers in another scene.
And a revolver, yeah.
And he had a
so-
pump action shotgun.
He had a pump-action shotgun, yeah.
Swords.
Swords.
Blow darts.
Yeah,
Blow
'cause
darts, yeah.
she was using
She had, that pickaxey thing.
She had that weird pickaxe. There was a 5-mile-long grappling hook.
That was a crazy length on that hook, yeah.
Also, a 5 mile long, just floating pavement.
Yeah, a 5-mile, just a straight
Just
up.
a floating...
The architecture of Dracula's castle, yeah.
The architecture of Dracula's castle was like an MC Escher painting.
Here
It didn't
is
make
my
sense.
argument for Dracula's castle. It is achieved through spoilers for a 2004 film.
Oh, I say it's not really
It
spoilers
is achieved
now. It's
through
over 20
going
years
through a
old.
glass universe. Which, by the way, answering the earlier question from the previous episode
Yes.
is yes, Dracula does see mirrors as doors.
Yes.
I
They
was,
lead to the ice place. You were correct.
I was
You
correct.
can't remember your friends' birthdays, but damn if you can remember a film from 20 years ago and that Dracula used mirrors as doorways.
I forget the name of people I've worked with for 3 years,
Yep.
but I know that Dracula sees mirrors as doors. I only retain important information.
Really important.
Clearly.
Things that will
information.
benefit me in life.
Really important information.
So I'm saying, if you get to this
It was
castle through a
wild.
glass door, I think it's
Yeah.
reasonable to have a 5-mile completely flat bridge with no suspension
But
and no
physics.
no
No
things.
archway, nothing. No, actual, no pillars.
There was no suspension
There was no
cable
suspension
above.
cables.
No.
But if you get to it by going,
No, a top of support and a bottom support.
But it looked good.
It looked good, but it can't be about the aesthetics. Because let's look what happened. It just got a tiny little bit of a thing fell on it, and that's it. It's all
yeah, it got a little bit of a lightning bolt and half of it fell down. So that is
not
really,
very structurally sound.
and that is the reason we have modern architecture to this
It's
day.
not up to code.
That's why we have bridges that need to be up to code.
Yeah. Also, how weirdly gay Van Helsing is after watching it after 20 years of not watching it and having to watch it again. It's
So
very,
it is
very,
a little-
very homoerotic, isn't it?
It is a little gay coded. Now, I'll admit, Dracula has 3 wives. 3 wives that's fine. He can be bisexual. It's 2025. We accept
No,
this.
not when he was around. What was the time period
But
Van Helsing was in? 'Cause we still
Here's
don't
the
know.
thing, is that being gay was super accepted back in the day. Way back when.
Yeah, but not when Dracula became Dracula. It
No,
was
but
only
like, I feel if
400
you're
years
Dracula,
ago.
you're kind of living out of time, you know? Like, what's taboo when you drink blood?
I mean, Van Helsing did say at one point he remembered like ancient Rome or something. So
So, yeah, Dracula's got 3 wives who wear,
wives.
like...
Essentially
like,
belly dancing outfits.
belly dancing outfits. They've got, like, satin and like, gosh, what's it called? Like, not taffeta, but very thin, flowy fabric outfits, as would exist in the time of
Basically
1577.
see-through, yeah.
You know,
but that's also their wings.
Yeah, but it also morphed into
their
wings.
wings.
And their skin.
And their skin.
And also, they were, like, heavily sexualized, but yet they gave birth to egg sacs, which is very confusing.
that was
Because
weird.
they said that all those eggs were from one bride and one birthing. So
Yeah, so, like...
I think I was correct in my suspicion of them mating like fishes, you know, where it's like one of them lays the eggs and then...
Dracula.
Back to the outfit choices. Before we go on... Before we go...
Choices? When we back to the choices
Yeah,
that we
we're on
never
about
spoke
the
about.
bride's choices.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah,
But
okay,
also the main female lead's choices of
yeah.
wearing knee-high boots, leggings, a
leather
corset that I would say did not provide much,
No.
and like a little crop jacket.
Yeah.
Not really historically accurate. Meanwhile, there's like the village poor people
Right, just all
in
in
their
potato
like
sacks,
rags. It's a bit all over the place, you know. Like
Also, how did
Ben
they have
Helsing had a
blow-dried
leather
hair?
duster.
They didn't have a
Yeah,
hairdryer.
they didn't have a hand dryer either, but they
That's true.
didn't have a hairdryer. Van Helsing's got a leather duster. They're all
And a
looking
turtleneck. Don't forget the
flawless.
turtleneck.
He's got a merino wool turtleneck, and then there are these little Ewok guys.
Steampunk Ewok, guys.
The only way I
Steampunk
can
Ewoks,
describe
That's the
it,
only way to describe them.
Yeah.
Steampunk Ewoks. That
They
is
look-
what they look like. They were like little, round.
straight up the Ewoks out of
but-
Star Trek, but if they were steampunked up, wearing goggles and jackets and stuff.
Gas masks and
Can
things.
we just check one thing? Ewoks are straight out of Star Trek, are they?
Yeah, straight out of Star.
I didn't even clock
straight
that one.
out
I
of
didn't
Star
even clock that
Wars
one.
is what I meant.
Oh, is that what you meant? Well,
Star Wars.
You know,
Very
that famous
different.
scene where Princess Leia and Captain Picard.
Oh, I'd
yeah.
pay to see that though, to be honest.
I love when James Kirk and Han Solo joined forces.
Anyway,
Can
sorry.
you imagine Kirk with a lightsaber? Unstoppable.
Those outfit changes.
Bones would just be using it to cut his sleeve all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, steampunk
So,
Ewoks.
There are steampunk Ewoks that are just kind
From
of
Star
going
Trek.
about their day, just kind of doing things that Dracula demands. And Dracula is quite, I'd say, a flair for the dramatics.
Well,
Really?
actually, it does remind me, one of the things that we didn't discuss was, you know, towards the end when I think Van Helsing actually does rip one of the masks off and you see like his little
Yeah,
face.
little sharp
All I
teeth,
could think
little
of,
angel.
Which I didn't make the
angler.
connection earlier on because it's years since I watched that film, probably 2004 is The Little People from Darren Shan.
Yes.
You know exactly what I mean though?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if that was like maybe an inspiration for it or not, but instantly that's kind of where in my head I thought of.
I see
completely
that.
forgot about
Do you think the studio is just down the street and they're like, when you're done filming, can you?
Yeah.
Can you
Do you,
just pop
do you mind
up
putting
here?
on some goggles? No.
I don't
just see
remember the little
Crutchley in the
people.
background.
Yeah, I don't remember the little people having a steampunky vibe.
So yeah,
Ewoks.
Dracula has a flair for the dramatics. He's got
He
like a
like
little...
literally does like a little dance.
He does
scene,
a
doesn't
little
he?
dance,
He does like a little.
yeah. He's got a little hair clip in. He's accessorizing. He at one point he burns alive, and the first thing to regrow on him is like
Is
a
his
little
hair.
little
Little
fringe
tufts
bit.
coming
His little
through.
dramatic
He's got curtains. Is
hair,
that called when they
hair
come
bit,
down like
so he
that?
can
like,
tuck it behind his ear, like very demure, very mindful. But he's got 3 brides, and then he comes across.
incredibly.
He comes across incredibly gay.
Incredibly gay. Like he
He
sees
sees.
Gabrielle, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh my god, I've known it." You can tell that they had things. They had history.
They've got
Okay.
divorced couple vibes about them.
Yeah, but like angry divorce couple vibe.
Yeah, like
Like
it
there's
wasn't.
been manipulation.
Yeah.
There's been lots of red flags. And as well, when Dracula's out with his bride, who by the way cannot sit still for 1 second, it's like it's in their contract. They have to be moving.
Yeah, they have to
and
be
writhing
wailing and
wailing
moving.
and moaning. And it's like, okay, cool. But he's like, fear me, and they're like, And then he's like, no, I don't want you to fear me. Everyone else fears me. My bride shouldn't fear me. It's like, that's a bloody red flag.
The problem with Dracula is that he's got just some red flags. Because when you think of Dracula, you think he's a nice guy.
Really think stable relationship.
Yeah,
material.
you really think, I feel like if you're gonna be...
Relationship goals.
I feel like...
If you're a Renfield, maybe, but not anyone else.
Love that movie.
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna be one of the brides of Dracula, you kind of know what you're getting into. I
don't think they had much choice in becoming the brides, though.
No.
Yeah, but they do seem quite into him.
Well, yeah, but it's called hypnosis.
I was going to say,
Remember
he
when
does...
he was hypnotising Anna at the
Yeah,
masquerade?
but she's human.
Yeah, but when you get
He
to the
didn't
point where
seem like those brides... I don't... Oh, you're saying they've got Stockholm?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe he's been gaslighting them.
Gaslight Gatekeep Girl Boss is Dracula's...
Is that Dracula's thing?
Dracula is there.
Girl boss.
Yeah. Every morning he wakes up, he's like, I gotta gaslight Girl Boss my way through life. That's what Dracula says.
What's he gaslighting them into? Like, loving him or them thinking that he's actually
He's
into them?
gaslighting them into loving him. He's gatekeeping his love, and he's girl bossing his way through trying to get the children to live.
How long did he have those brides?
400 years.
400
because he
years.
hadn't seen Gabriel for 400 years. You know, to
I
him,
noticed
right?
a
Were they his
connection.
rebound?
Yes!
Gabriel left him 400 years ago. Gabriel Van Helsing, by the way. Van Helsing, he's called Van Helsing. Dracula sees him, he's like, oh, Gabriel. And it's like, please. It's giving Rocky Horror, you know?
Oh, there was that discount riffraff, actually.
Yeah.
That peasant
Yeah.
There
was
was
the
an
discount
Undertaker that
riffraff.
looked like Riff
Gravekeeper.
The gravekeeper guy.
At one point, the woman, there's an angle of her just heels only in the camera. It straight up looks like Tim Curry.
Yeah, there is that, yeah. You mean Tim Curry, right?
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry. Did we mashing up Jim Carrey and Tim Curry then together? Is
The
that what
horrifying
happened
love
then?
child.
Right?
Combination.
It's worse than Van
goddamn.
Helsing and Dracula.
If that kid couldn't be able to act, that kid would be able to eat a scenery, though. If you had Jim Carrey
true.
and Tim Curry and make a baby.
True.
There would be no other actors in Hollywood. There wouldn't need to be.
It's a one-man show.
One-man show.
Tim Curry.
Tim Carrey.
Directed by,
Tim Curry.
starring,
Hyphen Curry. It's got to be
produced
double
by-
barreled.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, discount riffraff. That's
yeah.
how we got.
Discount riffraff. The film has got a lot of things. You need to take a reasonable level of difference. You guys started questioning at one point.
Weirdly, yeah, we started questioning.
And
things.
bear in mind, one of the first things you see is a Gatling gun in this.
In this, pre-Victorian
No, to be fair,
time.
one of the first things you see is him fighting Hyde.
Yeah, the first thing you see is him fighting Mr. Hyde. As in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Because, of course,
Who seems to be on top of...
Paris somewhere.
I think it's meant
Was it the Notre Dame?
No.
I think it's meant
yeah.
to be Notre Dame, yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And somehow he, swings
Wait, why
down on
why
his...
is he in Paris? I thought Hyde and Jekyll were London-based.
Very much so. That confused me, too.
Eh?
They're on holiday.
I have questions. Also, wasn't... Wait, where's Frankenstein set? Where...
I thought it was Germany, and I'm thinking it's Germany only from Young Frankenstein, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, they do take some liberties. We've already discussed
once
that.
again,
yeah,
guys,
granted.
Gatling gun.
Gatling gun. Yeah, but my main thing was the fact that no matter where they fell, there was convenient water.
There was convenient
It might have been
water.
20 miles below them, but goddamn, there was convenient water.
That is,
But
yeah.
none of them should have been able to survive those falls.
Well, the ones that survived the falls did turn into werewolves. No one
No,
non-supernatural
no,
survived.
Van Helsing fell down that fall with her, remember? Because then they're swimming towards the boat. And they let her know, and then that little thing goes down, and we've established that it's only a foot underneath the water, but they won't swim under it.
The main woman, and I can't remember her name. Anna, yeah.
Well, just
she gets 12 concussions within 48 hours.
I mean, she literally
Broken ribs.
backflipped into a tree at one point.
Yeah, she did.
She and I don't blame her for this, but she does like to do a lot of unnecessary backflips. Like at one point she's hanging from a wall and she backflips so she lands upside down on a tree so that she can then somehow fall off the tree and flip the right way around again. And it's like, you probably could have just landed up right, hon.
Yeah, just on the floor.
Another
Probably
time
done
she
you
grabs
less
a
damage.
torch off the wall by doing a backflip to catch it.
Yeah.
It's
A lot of backflip.
Yeah, you gotta love
Backflip
the...
all day. I mean,
she must have loved
but
the little
then
string suspension
It's just
things.
the whole way through, we're like, oh yeah, okay, cool, you'd be dead, dead. And then just at the end, it's just like, oh, okay, she died. Nothing happened.
So
It
what-
just random.
What happens is Van Helsing runs at her, and spoilers, he's a werewolf at this point. And
They've got to get the
Dracula
antidote
and
into
him as
before the strike of 12, which is like a 20-hour long strike.
But hear me out. He said you have to do it before the...
if you stop the clock,
We
Did
never-
Van Helsing just stop it from chiming 12?
That's
and then it's
what
like,
I'm
if
saying.
it doesn't strike, I don't turn.
it's a
But
you
is
know,
it about
bit
the
of mental
striking of the
arithmetic.
clock or the time?
This is the
Because
question.
we can't stop time.
Well,
Unless they do the time warp.
No, but we can't stop time. Even if you stop the clock, it doesn't stop time. So, is it a case of if you stopped the clock and it didn't chime, therefore you'd be fine, and you'd have infinite time, in which case, great, you stop the clock? Or is it based off the fact that time is constantly going forward, in which case then
or with the power of
movie magic?
love is anything possible. But anyway, so Van Helsing kills Dracula, and this is how we put this together. And killing Dracula kills all of his spawn, which is kind of the whole plot point of the thing. And then Van Helsing runs at Anna whilst he's in his werewolf form, and just as she stabs to cure him, she dies. And we were all like, how did she die? Was it the multiple concussions because she has no injury? But
She's like backflipped into a tree, and it's
Yeah.
done nothing to her.
yeah, at this point I can only assume it's a brain swelling. But because she is like the great-great-granddaughter of Dracula, this is how I pieced it together, means that technically she's related to him. So does killing him mean that she just died?
But also, though, she's
Is the plot we're
human,
going
though.
with. But the thing
She was
is
still
that
technically part of his bloodline.
yeah, it's still part of his bloodline. I mean, I imagine he's got a lot
It's
of
the
great
only logical
nephews and
explanation,
nieces.
So does that just mean that loads of people across the globe that are just, being flung through ancestry 400 years or that?
Oh, yeah,
crap,
for sure. Half
just suddenly
the world's dead.
died? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, apparently half of Budapest was just Dracula's spawn.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, like, that whole scene where it's literally everyone is a vampire.
Yeah, there was a
lot
whole
of
scene where there
vampires.
was a vampire ball. And, hands it to them. If you're immortal, you may as well have a fun ball every now and then.
I mean, might as well have some contortionists.
Yeah.
Yeah, some tightropers, walkers.
He is, I will say, Dracula is flair for the dramatics. You gotta appreciate, but a little creepy at times.
Oh, very creepy.
But can we also cover that at the very start of the movie, it's all in black and white? And I love it. It's like
Yes.
a whole homage to the whole traditional Frankenstein vibe. You
Yeah.
know, the village is
Classic
coming to burn it out.
horror movie.
And it is. It's absolutely wonderfully done. It goes to the windmill scene. But that was only a year ago, so we developed colour in
In a year.
Well,
in a year.
And that's the thing, right? Because when I watched it as a kid, I always assumed because it was in black and white, it wasn't just a year. I never clocked that it was only a
No,
year. Of time
I'm
that
with
passed. I
you.
thought it was like 100 years. Or
I-
something,
They,
and
yeah,
then
they did make it
they
seem as if it was a
found
bigger time gap.
Frankenstein
I
underneath.
thought it was like 100 years, and the Undertaker had just lived that long.
Yeah.
Because you see
Well,
the
yeah.
Undertaker at the first in the black and white scene,
Yeah.
and you see him in colour, and I did not assume that was like a year later. I just assumed
No.
either one, they didn't have the casting budget,
Yes.
or two, there was something going on with the Undertaker. In which
Yeah,
he
like
was
he was
immortal.
some kind
Well,
of like
yeah,
supernatural
I came up to two
situation.
kind of first... Because I also assumed it was like 100 years, like you said.
Yeah.
And I had two kind of versions in my head. One was that... Because I have watched it before, but it was a long, long time ago. I can't remember it that well.
I could not remember. it.
And
I
I
sadly
thought, like,
remembered it really well.
oh, is all of this village in Transylvania somehow captured in a curse? In which case, that would explain it. My other version was that the Undertaker just has very strong genes and his entire family looks like him throughout the generations.
yeah.
Every single one's like
Yeah.
a perfect coffee. That could be quite... But yeah, no, it is wild. Like, because usually when it's like... Big time jumps mean you need to show that in different ways. So obviously black and white to colour makes sense. If it's only a year, I wouldn't go black and white. I'd go sepia.
CPO. 3 CPO.
No, sepia. Sepia tone.
Yeah, I know.
Theory, though, the thing that changed in that year gap is Dr. Frankenstein died. Now, do we think Dr. Frankenstein sapped colour from the world to make his
monster.
Frankensteinian monster?
I mean, there was a lot of green in that monster,
Now,
to be
all
fair.
I'm
There was a
saying
lot of
is-
green
What
electric
was?
in that monster.
He was a Borg.
Frankenstein alive, black and white. Frankenstein dead, colour. I'm not saying it's conclusive
Frankenstein-
evidence.
The other version we could argue was that from the point of view of like a memory.
Ooh.
Was that like Frankenstein's monster being the unreliable narrator the whole time?
Oh.
How great would that be if
That
it had
would've
been like a
been
whole
so
narration thing
good.
instead? Because it does end with him
It
sailing
does.
away.
It does, actually.
Which actually I
And
get
isn't the
is...
story of Frankenstein essentially the monster telling?
Yeah, I was going to say, it is like a whole homage to the Frankenstein. I get that, and I
We'll get
wonder if
into
that's
that.
why he was on about, like, at the end it does say, dedicated to his father, doesn't it? And I do, obviously, I assume that's why they get him from. His father was obviously, presumably, a big fan of, like, this traditional style.
I do love when they combine, like, Dracula, Frankenstein, Jekyll and Hyde. I love it when they combine all the little bad guys.
Yeah, because I genuinely got it a little bit... Again, I haven't watched this in ages. I got it in my head a little mixed up with... We were on about League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Because it has that kind of almost like multiverse vibe.
Yeah. Which we will be watching next.
We will be watching that after this recording.
Which
means that at like 12 p.m. tonight...
Yeah, I was going to say
12 a.m. tonight, we will be recording the next episode.
Officially manic. He's been awake for like 48 hours.
For 48 hours. League, I've connected all the dots.
I've got to talk about
the red string.
Shanna's trying to sleep on the sofa and I'm there like red string all over the building.
But hear me out.
I connected it. I figured out the messy divorce. It all started with Dorian Gray. But we were saying... Crispy.
Look at those sound waves.
Crispy's here. She's like, how do you record?
Squeaky sounds.
You've not been on the podcast in a while.
No, you haven't, Quisp.
She was like, she got her fame from eating plants and screaming into the microphone, and then she took a sabbatical.
And rustling things.
But we were saying also when we watched the end of it, the title sequence at the end.
So 2000s.
Well, not just the title sequence. A lot of that film was CGI heavy, and
yeah.
Like I say, I've noticed this with
CGI.
2000s before, early 2000s particularly. It's very much a case of, like I say, you just feel like the team were like, we have the power to do this. We must do this.
It's like all the 2000s adverts, though, for things, when people's heads just turn into fruit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a serious condition, and hopefully you donate money to
You
Head
donate
Fruit.
£1 a month to Head Fruit people.
I am once again asking you to donate money to the Fruit Head organisation.
We've had a lot of fun today, but folks, you know who doesn't have fun? Head
Fruit
Fruit
heads.
people. Head Fruit people.
Every 4 months, someone's head turns into a strawberry.
The Crusher lawsuit for all those people that were crushed by giant milkshake bubbles.
It sounds like something out of 2 Point Hospital, doesn't it?
Yes.
You could
Like
do
animal
fruit
magnetism.
someone. Yeah.
I love that game.
It's such a good game.
But yeah, the end credit scene was classic early 2000s with all its drippy animatics and cool fun
Fluids
like, name
everywhere and-
poppings
Yeah.
up.
The whole blood like running up the steps.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, I gotta admit, it was pretty fun.
It was fun, it was cool, but it was so 2000s.
Yeah. I don't think you could watch this movie
Without nostalgia.
the nostalgia. You could not sit down and watch it seriously like I think we all did in 2004.
Yeah, no.
Because I think if you watched that in 2004...
Did we though? Because we'd have been quite young then.
I definitely watched it
No, but
ages ago.
seriously, I mean. Or did we watch it through the eyes of a bit more children-y, like, ooh.
Remember
But we
watching
started
that
watching
League
it
of
in
Extraordinary
secondary
Gentlemen?
school.
Yeah.
Because I remember going to friend's name and having a sleepover and watching it while eating hot chocolate.
What's
And we took
eating
it-
hot chocolate?
Well, no,
That
not
was a
hot chocolate.
thick
No,
hot
no.
chocolate.
Rookies
We were
drink
melting
hot chocolate.
melting it on the marshmallows in the fire.
Oh, right, yeah.
You were
Yeah.
there. Anyway, yeah, so if you remember
yeah.
that there's mirrors in their
But can't
doorways
remember
with
friends.
sod good friendship memories to do with the films. But yeah, no, we definitely watched it seriously.
Absolutely love this
Sod
movie.
sod the happy memory that the movie has. Instead, I just remember that Dracula used a mirror as a doorway.
I still remember Spike's appearance in Buffy.
I mean, who doesn't? I love that scene.
But yeah, definitely
Crispy.
hard to watch without the nostalgia factor. Good watch if you can watch it not taking it too seriously.
Yes.
Great watch if you're curious about the dynamic between Dracula and Van Helsing and what is going on there. You know what they say about Dracula? Theatre kid.
Look, right, like, you could
capes.
see it. It was the capes.
It was the capes,
outfits.
it was the fake dancing, it was the
The
going in
outfits,
circles.
Everything. It was the...
Yeah, it was the hair
It was
clip.
everything.
Yeah.
It's just...
I think the inconsistencies really made it as well, like we were
Yes.
saying. Like, some of the werewolves physically had to rip their skin off and their werewolf skin to
Yes.
turn human.
And then
Yeah,
Hugh Jackman was
Hugh
just
Jackman
like...
just sighed and became human.
Yeah.
He was
and it
like,
Shook his
fine.
mane.
Yeah.
Shook his mane
Shook his
out,
mane,
and then
yeah.
his skin came back, and it's like, why is it for some people it looks really painful, and then for you it's just like, it's
And
like, oh wait.
it's not like you could even say, like, it was for some people it was their first transition. Because, like, the
No.
first, like, that guy had his first moon
But
and it was,
there
like,
was
looked really painful.
no-
Hugh Jackman just like, yes.
No consistency to the werewolves though, because I'm not being funny. I don't care what Van Helsing says. They can't just change into werewolves. It's a moon thing. It's to do with the moon cycle. You can't just be like, oh, it's a full moon in 2 days. It's been an hour. Oh no, he's turning into a werewolf, because it doesn't work that way. Because that's not a werewolf. That's just a guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Shannon
Doesn't make sense.
Shannon does have a few hang-ups about the historical accuracy of werewolves from this
It
film.
felt like they weren't portrayed very well.
If you are going to do mythical creatures, follow the myths correctly.
Yeah, but also the brides of Dracula could go out during the daytime.
That's true, actually. There was a lot of inconsistency to how the sunlight hurt them. As long as
Actually-
there's a cloud in front of the sun,
Yeah,
they
as
were
long as,
fine.
why was that?
But can we actually just appreciate genuinely when Van Helsing fights Dracula for the first time, stabs him with a stake, he's like, ha 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 ha, holds up a cross.
Oh.
Dracula goes through this.
Yes!
He's holding up this. Van Helsing is holding up this metal cross to Dracula, and Dracula's like, grabs the cross, starts screaming in like rage, not even in pain or anything, just sheer
As he melts the crucifix.
Like- Anger.
like manic anger situation, melting this crucifix, and then once it's melted, he just kind of sighs and returns back to a stoic dude. Like, I'm talking switch of a flick of a switch here.
But is it the fact that... Wait, is it a crucifix or is it the...
Sorry, it's a cross.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Could you just get two sticks and go... Or is it because... Does it have to be a crucifix?
They were making it seem like they had to be specially crafted crucifixes, because he went to that whole underground.
Yeah,
and they
like the weird place that
it was almost
making
like the
all
start of
stuff.
Bond whenever Q gives him the gadgets.
Yeah,
It was
actually,
like
wasn't
that.
it?
Yeah, and they were kind of like, yeah, here we go to the next generation.
Have
Here's
this,
your car.
have this,
Here's
have this.
Yeah, that's
Have
so
your
true.
car. Here's your what was it?
a cigarette that's also a mobile phone.
Yeah.
Transylvanian horses.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
The fastest of horses.
the Transylvanian
The
horses. are
Transylvanian horses.
The fastest
which did
horses
a
ever.
jump, by the way, over essentially a broken bridge into a ravine. A horse and carriage.
But they didn't even jump, they kind of just glided across.
Oh, they went.
these-
They were like, whoa.
So there's 6 horses pulling a full carriage, right? But they're the fastest horses in the world, so it's fine. They can outrun
Because
a
they're
werewolf.
Transylvanian, which makes them incredibly fast, apparently. I didn't know that, but...
But like these horses, right? They are going through the. I don't know what training these horses have got because it's above military training.
In
Because
this,
at
in
one
this village,
point,
where there doesn't
Van
seem to be any
Helsing
military,
is
because the vampires are just
flung.
going for it.
Van Helsing has flung from 80 meters onto the back of a horse. The horse keeps going, and he just jumps between them. These horses are not breaking a stride. You know, horses are perfectly fine with
Sets
being
on
just
fire.
a
Don't care.
150 kilogram man landing at them from breakneck speeds. They get to this, and you know how horses are famous for. They get to this massive broken bridge that is a full crevasse. And these 6 horses carrying this whole carriage just decide to keep running and just leap like
I felt it was more of a ravine.
Santa's
It was definitely a
reindeer.
ravine.
They arc
Well, it was,
perfectly.
hear me out, it was almost as if... Yeah,
There was a bridge still there.
It's almost as if when they filmed it, there was a bridge still there with the horses running over it, and then some secret magical...
Oh my god, the magic!
The
the
movie magic
magic
that
of
no one knows how it
Hollywood.
works. They got rid of the bridge with little horses. I don't know how they could
Do
possibly
you
do that.
think that's crazy? Eh?
I did like the decoy. I genuinely didn't see the
Yeah,
decoy
I
coming
forgot
into
about
play.
that. But
Yeah.
also, how did they never see the decoy when
The
they
two
essentially met? They were on roads that
Yeah.
were running...
Dracula's
is it
two
congruent to each
Dracula's
other? Is that the word?
concurrent.
Parallelogram.
Well, to be fair, you only saw it as the roads meet.
But the 2 brides, they are flying above, and they manage to
Well,
hone.
spoilers.
There were 3.
There were 3 originally. Are you going to let the audience know that one of the brides gets killed at some point during this movie?
3 of the brides die in this movie.
Shh.
We're spoiling a movie that's like 20 years old.
And even if you know the
21
spoiler,
years old!
even if you
Old
know the
enough to
spoiler, I
America.
don't
America.
think knowing those spoilers will ruin the movie for you. But yeah, like these brides, they are like flying and everything, and for some reason they only hone in on one carriage, even though the other carriage is maybe like what, max.
600
I'd say
meters away.
still within visible range
Through
from a
trees.
flying thing with lights on it.
Also, arguably throughout that film, those brides are far more obsessed with her than him.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
exactly.
really
Yeah, I
were,
don't know
don't
why
they?
they went
Well, like,
after him.
I think it kind of ties to that whole thing at the very end. That final bride's like, I need your blood to make me beautiful or something. So I think that's probably why they were going after him. They didn't want abs. Sorry, that's why they were going after her rather than not him.
Wait,
They
is that
didn't
how it
want
works
abs.
then?
Maybe.
So if they drank a man's blood, did they suddenly just...
Maybe. In this movie. Who knows?
I mean, this kind of logic. We need to be
I mean,
careful.
maybe they wanted Dracula's ring back off him. Because
We're not going into that.
Dracula needs it. Yeah, so obviously well, not so big, but plot twist. Hugh Jackman throughout the whole thing's got like this sigil on, hasn't he? Where
he's
it's
got
like
a
a
signet ring.
and it's a signet
Not
ring.
weird. Pretty
Not
reasonable.
weird at all. And then towards the end of the movie, it's like, I would like my ring back. And you just see Dracula
Yeah,
there with his like little stub, and it's like, well, what?
Yeah, Dracula straight up goes, "Oh, can I
I
have
ring?
my ring back that you're just wearing, by the way?"
Yeah, that genuinely makes me want to rewatch that film just to see every scene with him, to see if they actually
the
edited out
finger's
that
there,
finger the
because I
whole
don't-
time.
I don't think they did.
I
Yeah.
never remember seeing the finger missing until
Like,
he's
he does the whole dance
"Maybe."
thing, and I'm pretty sure we'd have noticed
You would
him
have
missing
noticed,
the
oh, a
finger.
little stub.
Yeah.
We'd be
Because
like, why
when
has
he
he got a
does
stub?
that,
Yeah.
I generally assume he has bent it down
Yeah.
dramatically.
To be like, my ring.
Also,
And
he
it's-
can completely reconstitute his body. Why couldn't he
Why?
reconstitute that ring
You
finger?
know,
Why?
it's sort of like
Was it because it was took off in like Sauron?
But to be fair, that does also tie to the point I was going to say, which, I mean, okay, we goofed a lot during that film. I won't lie. We all
What do
kind
you
of riffed
mean? We
off
took
it.
it so seriously. I didn't know what to talk about, John. I'm insulted.
There was actually some quite good kind of foreshadowing in the plot and stuff, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, when he first shows the ring and then he finds that little scrap of paper and is like, it has the same sigil as me. I wonder what that,
Yeah.
what that kind of like significance is. And then later on, we find out that that is like the family crest of Dracula, but we never made that connection to the ring necessary at
Yeah,
that time.
that's true. We did
Because it
it.
was two different reveals at two different
But
parts
wait,
of the film.
so if he was wearing the family crest of Dracula, does that mean that the Van Helsing people are also descendants of Dracula, or is it just because he
No,
got
it's
it in
just
the
because he had
divorce?
Dracula's ring. Yeah,
Cool,
he
okay,
got it
cool.
in the divorce.
Oh,
Can we?
God.
Can we also, before we finish, can we mention the amount of explosions?
Oh, yeah.
Really exploded.
So,
Please explain
there
how
is
a
a-
horse and carriage explodes. There's no.
So,
guys,
no, it's
there's
just
one
a carriage, not
horse
the
and-
horses.
just a carriage.
There's one carriage that gets lightly dusted with a bit of fire, and then suddenly
Well,
the
no.
whole roof is aflame.
A lantern does smash, so you could argue
A
the oil
lantern
spreads
does
across.
smash
Just
and
perfectly across the one
Perfectly
square
across
of
that
road.
top, yeah.
quickly rolls, but somehow covers the whole square.
Oh, for sure.
A carriage falls into the crevasse, and some kind of napalm bomb goes off.
With stakes in it, don't
With
forget, because
stakes.
that's why she was annoyed. Not
It's-
because it was fire, because it had stakes, and she was like, stakes, and she was trying to
yeah. So it's
fly.
this bomb with stakes in, and it's sort of like if you've ever seen Atlantis, the explosion guy.
Oh my
It's like your
gosh.
regular
Little bit of
household.
TNT,
TNT, yeah. I can only assume it's that kind of
White Force
explosion
Surely
there.
Manchester.
Dracula's whole castle
Oh,
has
that's
got
a movie. Can we
mad
just look at
wiring
that?
and explosions
Yes.
all the time.
I mean, that would have been the only way that would have been better is if Hugh Jackman had like lit the match off his like
Yeah.
stubble.
Of his chiseled jawline. Look, guys, we're not saying you should watch 2004 Van Helsing,
But you've
But-
got to watch it.
You've got to watch it.
but if you're with a group of friends
And you want something to laugh at.
and you want to appreciate a film that has everything you're looking for, watch Van Helsing, because I don't think it misses a single spot. It's got everything. It's got action.
Oh,
got
and she
romance.
becomes one with the clouds.
Oh,
Yeah, she becomes one with the
Shitloads
clouds. It's got
of
that
clouds.
Mufasa moment.
And then at the very end, she force ghosts.
Yeah, that
In
got
the
confusing when she like projected them kissing as well at some point or
yeah,
something.
and it's like, how are you
Yeah.
force ghosting the projection? Because
Yeah,
he's
she
not
like
dead,
joins
he's
her
alive.
family, and then like I said, you know, you see Dracula off to the side, and they're all like, "What about all the Padawans he killed?" It's like, "Oh no, we're just gonna forgive that."
Because that's fine. Yeah, no, a lot of little inconsistencies, but also kind of great, terrible movie, I think, personally.
Great film. I 10 out of 10, 5 stars.
The thing I did mean to say is, you know, the Friar character.
Yeah, the Fry character's great.
He really reminded me of the Friar in Dragonheart.
Yes.
He was kind of like a supporting character, and
Yeah.
I get it. They had him as that way to bring some plot
Comedy
into
into
it
it.
and comedy, because like he's supposedly spending the whole time in the library and he's
Researching.
He's,
Hey,
he's the Giles of the story.
he found out the reason why things were how they were, and the fact that she was Dracula's.
Yeah, can we just
with the weird moving
appreciate...
painting.
Yeah, with the weird moving painting that only moved when he looked at it after.
It was because he read the full poem. You have to read the full thing.
Ah.
But he
you have to
couldn't,
read
because
the...
he didn't have that final strip.
Yeah.
No, you have to read...
Spoilers.
The painting was full.
Oh yeah, the painting was.
It was
full.
the mirror that wasn't.
The map.
Oh, yeah,
So you
sorry.
had to read the full Latin to make the painting move, the same way he says, "Oh, maybe to activate the mirror I need to read it like I did with the painting." He did say that.
I do not remember.
And
I
then
just
he
remember
reads
being
the
like,
last
why is he
line and
seeing
the mirror
painting?
activate.
Yeah, but he didn't read the whole thing out loud.
No,
he
but
just
he read the last line.
So that it's not reading
that's-
out the whole thing.
No, but that must
you
be
either
the
have
plot
to read
heavy.
out the whole thing
Because
or
the
not.
line he reads out is the "I command you to open."
In the name of God, I.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And then they find the Holy Grail and
Wrong
they
film.
walk across an invisible
Wrong-
bridge.
Wrong film. They take a leap of faith.
Yeah, they take a leap of faith. What rating would you give the film? Out of joy it gave you. Because, like, yeah, if you dismantle it like a film, it's going to have a different rating. But out of levels of joy...
You see, me and my fiancé have certain levels of... We have categories that we put films into.
Okay, yeah, go on.
So we have the standard film category, and then we have the bad film category. Because I think there's nothing better than a bad film.
Yeah.
If it's a good, bad film. So obviously, your normal films, we have star ratings, and the bad film ratings, we have spoon ratings.
Okay, so how many forks would you give it?
I said spoons.
Yeah. And what I'm saying is this isn't a bad film, but it's
Out of
not a good one.
Out of 5 spoons, I'd give it 5 spoons. It's a great bad
Yeah.
film, but it's a bad film.
Absolutely. I'm giving it a 5
Hear
out of
me
5
out.
for what it is.
I think it's only a good, bad film if you're watching it with someone else.
Yes. I think if you were watching it by yourself, you'd
I
just be
think-
like, what?
No, but you know what I mean? It's like, I think you've got to have someone else there to goof this
You
film
need
on.
nostalgia for it.
Yeah.
You need nostalgia, or you need to have
if
like
you
some.
don't have
You need to watch it with
nostalgia,
friends as a laugh.
And you don't have friends, do not watch this movie. Because at the end of the day, you're just going to be like, this was a waste of time.
Or, hear me out, if it's ever on an in-flight movie. Could you imagine being on a plane with nothing better to do
if
but
it's
watch
ever
that?
on a plane, if you're trapped in a room,
It's like you have a 13-hour flight and all you can watch is either Van Helsing or Troy. Which one you taking?
Van Helsing, day after day, hour after hour. I would watch Van Helsing 12 times in a row before I would even select Troy.
That's mean.
I wouldn't even get up to pee during that flight. I don't want to miss a second of that movie.
I would watch that
Day.
film so many times that at the end I'd be like reciting it with them. I'd be like, that was the best, like, one of the finest ever written.
You'd have the Italian guy at the beginning, his accent down to
Yeah.
a T by the end of the flight.
I'd actually have it on mute. I'd be saying the lines myself. I'd be presenting it to the whole plane.
What, like Rocky Horror?
Yeah.
Just put it up on a projector on the back wall and
Yeah.
be like, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. I'd be doing all the
Instead of
roles. It'd
songs,
be
it's-
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Would you
Flight
have
attendant
costume
walks past you just
changes?
there.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, no, we're hiding my finger though.
That's true. I knew it.
You see, now I do really want to see if his finger's actually in the movie, but I don't have the patience or the time
But
to do
that
that.
is the kind of stupid goose thing that I will do.
Yeah,
Okay,
you will
when you
check
find
that.
out,
like,
let me
if
know.
you-
George's
You know,
gonna
if you
send
watch it
it
for the first
Because it
time.
annoys me. Yeah.
And then you like the reveal happens, and then you're like, wait, but was that? And
Yeah.
sometimes they genuinely do stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
they
you're
do,
like,
they do.
oh, fair play. I actually,
You watch Saltburn?
Because you
Don't
had to
talk about
do
Saltburn.
that.
You've already had an
That
episode
is-
of that.
yeah,
You've already
but
had an episode
that
of that.
is a film that is actually very good at leaving clues behind before it happens.
But you had to do that with Joker in Batman.
Yes, that's Arkham City.
Yeah, Arkham City. Yeah, the
Joker
Clayface
switches places with
situation.
Clayface.
Oh yeah.
But you can only tell by where the flower is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was again a genuinely good reveal.
Spoilers. Yeah, you're just straight up going to send a picture in the group chat of just like this hand, no context. I knew it!
It's just a close up of a hand and a big
Alex-
circle around it.
Alex is just there, just like we're just there, like.
Jordan's that 5 fingers!
5 fingers!
Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation.
In this scene, he has 4. In this scene, just
And then in
every.
this scene, for some reason, he only has 2. Explain it.
In this scene, he has 6!
Fill the chat with like picture after picture. Every single time you see his hand in a scene, it'll be taken a picture of.
In this scene, it's his right hand that's missing a ring. In the other, it's his left.
No, if you look at this rubbing,
Such a funny
you
line.
see this.
Yeah, can we appreciate? At one point, the friar is
He's breaking
explaining.
down all the
Is
story.
explaining the hierarchy of how this works that he uncovered in a month that no one could uncover in the hundreds of years of
Yeah, like
Dracula.
400 years. No
He
one
does
could
it
do
like
He's
one
there, like,
week of just
done.
reading an article. He goes like, and this book paragraph, and if you look at this rubbing, and Shannon goes, and it's like,
I mean, we'd made quite a few goose by that
Yeah,
point, to
we
be
did.
fair.
Goose, and I just forgot, and it was just how it came out, and then I was like, because I saw him put the
mean-
thing down, and I was like, oh yeah, no, it is exactly what it said. It's a rubbing.
yeah. So we fully recommend Van Helsing if you're wanting some grand time with your friends, a little silly fun time.
Yeah, a little silly fun time. Don't go into it being serious, guys. Just go into it, want to have a laugh, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much like the actors, don't take this film seriously.
Do not take it seriously.
That's not fair. Like,
I think it was. It was
Yeah.
2004. I think that would genuinely been like a very big budget film. You got Hugh Jackman. That wasn't like when he was up and coming. He was quite well known at that point. You Google how tall he is as well.
I will do in a minute.
We called him a short king, and I just don't know if he is.
I'm pretty sure.
I still think he's too tall for Wolverine. Wolverine is supposed to be quite squat into
Yeah.
really.
Wolverine, I think, is like 5'4". Wolverine's tiny.
I always imagine him smaller. Right, 6'2". Oh no, he's tall. Because
Yeah.
the Wolverine in the original comic book is 5'3".
I was right. How wild is that I got Wolverine's height right off the dome?
Once again, can't remember important happy memories, but can remember really useless information.
Yeah, I think Deadpool is like canonically 6'3" or 6'4". If I remember superheroes' heights and not full of childhood memories.
6'2", not far off.
6'2".
For God's sake. Bro.
I can't control
Just
my own
randomly like-
powers.
Calendar Man's height is. But ask to remember your own brother's birthday.
Of
But my
generic
god, if
brother.
I can't give you every superhero's height.
Or the fact that vampires in the Van Helsing 2004 movie could use mirrors as doorways.
I cannot control what I remember.
Clearly.
And I just accept these things into my life, and you guys should too. And that's the moral of the story. Accept who you are as a person, and if you're going through a messy divorce, it's okay, because it could be worse.
Just make sure they get the right ring in the divorce.
It could be a vampire and a werewolf divorce. So that's been the episode.
Yeah.
I've been Luke, that's been Shannon, and guest starring Jordan.
You're welcome.
Hey! Thank you.
If you liked what you heard, please rate, review, and subscribe on whatever podcasting platform you listen to. Check out Caffeine Our Minds on Instagram, on YouTube. Dude You Good now has its YouTube channel. Episodes are being uploaded. Check out Dude You Good on YouTube. We also have a website, caffeineourminds.co.uk. There's so many other projects like Cascades, a podcast about Whiskey for Whiskey, GNS Radio, a mysterious town being taken over by a mega corporation, and one radio host's journey to uncovering the real truth.
Take a breath, I'm begging you.
If you have any films that are from 2004 and you think we should watch, let us know.
But
Yeah,
wait, I'm
no.
confused. What can't we be?
Twash.
Don't be twash.
Don't be twash.
I couldn't be a guest and not hear the double
Yeah,
clash
that's true.
live.
Don't be
Don't be
twash.
twash. Don't be twash.
Bye.
Boo boy.
Bye-bye.